Well, Stockard Channing, a funny thing happened to me on the way to seeing MOLL Flanders. I went looking for MOLL Flanders, and I found Mrs. Allworthy. I somehow think Mrs. Allworthy is the character maybe I was expecting MOLL Flanders to be.
Because you read the book.
There you go.
Yeah.
What about that for people who are expecting a certain kind of role and see another, and there you are?
Well,
the movie's really about you.
I did bring this up to Penn and John before we started shooting, and it's like I said, why did you call it MOLL Flanders? So, having they didn't seem to be bothered by that. So, that's I just went, I said okay, and took my role and played it.
I guess we have to look to Henry Fielding or something to find you, huh?
Well, I think that you just look to Charles Dickens is more like it, because I think, frankly, I'm playing Vegas more than anything else.
Well, actually, in the variety...
Yes, Mrs. Allworthy, quite right. It's out of Tom Jones. It's the name of Tom Jones's mother.
The Squire we hear about a lot.
Yeah.
In the variety of your roles, though, I'll bet you've never had to wield a whip.
No, quite literally, no.
What happened to the whip?
Literally?
I'd want to keep that.
Oh, unfortunately, I think it went back to the whip rental, whip costume rental place.
Maybe there was a whip wrangler somewhere else.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. They didn't want to let go of that one.
But really, you have a lot of fun with this. I mean, our eyes are on you all the time in those scenes. And did any of this stuff with the whip and all of that, did you bring any of that, or was that part of the script?
No, the whip was definitely in the script. And I don't know, everything else kind of made up as we went along, but the whip was written in.
And were you in Ireland for the whole time, or just a piece of it?
We were all there, which was great. It was really helpful, and it was a wonderful crew, and also I think it would be much harder to shoot this like in a, back lot somewhere, because there was a sense of authenticity with the countryside, about, because so much of it's been untouched around Dublin still. That those locations were really crucial to us.
Could any experience be further removed from your stage experience than something like that?
Yeah, it's great, because it's one of the things about movies. You go in a real location, a real place, you can just sop up what's going on. And I mean, the first day I shot was that there was a big crowd scene when I pull up in the coach and she's accused of stealing this ring, and I come out, and it was this incredible rainy, misty day in Dublin, and cold, and it was absolutely perfect weather, and there were these cobblestones with guck all over them, this crowd of extras all dressed perfectly, and I rolled up in this carriage and stepped out, and I said, who had to act? I mean, you were there. It was amazing. It was really magical.
Well, few actresses can boast your range in all of the different media, and I'm wondering, in the final analysis, but it's too soon, I know, but how would you prefer to be remembered or to be known in general as an actress? Any one particular?
I think that the fact that I do go back and forth a lot between film and television and stage, I mean, which is unusual right now, and for whatever reason, and who knows where beginnings or ends, and I hope I'm not at my end. But I think that's basically it. I like the idea of doing a lot of different people, and it's what makes life interesting to me. And the more I do and the more product I create, whether it's on television or in film, I think that people get to see that range. I mean, when you're working on the stage, it's great, but it's always for a very small, how much of a hit something is for a small group of people. So it's nice to sort of plant these little memories in people's heads of performances or human beings you've kind of come up with. And so I'm very grateful for film and television for that.
So on the whole, it is a benefit that a lot of us have a hard time getting the essential Stockard Channing image, because there's a lot of essential images.
Well, I hope so. That would be nice. I think that's the case.
And candidly speaking, do you find that kind of range of your own background somewhat unusual in today's players on screen?
Excuse me. I wouldn't say, I don't know how to put this, but there are an awful lot of wonderful actors working today, male and female, and about my generation, and I often find watching them to be very interesting because of the range they take, because I think when people have lived a bunch of years, there's a certain level of experience of the world that it enables them to give sometimes a more layered performance. And I don't want to be an age snob about this, but I do think that's the case. So often you get I mean, there's an awful lot of them. I mean, anybody from, and I've worked with a lot, like Bill Hurt and Harvey Keitel, and even
Donald
Warren, maybe
Sutherland,
Jack
sure.
Nicholson. I mean, they go on and on. But there's a certain thing that happens to actors after a certain age that they season in a way that I like watching them because there's a complexity. So I don't think I'm that unusual. I'm just glad that I'm still working.
So am I.
Past a certain time.
The name of the movie is Mrs. Allworthy. I mean, MOLL Flanders. And it's a pleasure to talk to Stockard Channing here in New York City. I'm John Tibbetts for KCTV5.